Hello, everybody. We are September 2nd, Tuesday, exceptionally Tuesday, regularly on Mondays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now, it's 7:40 on Tuesday, exceptionally, because we just came off our squats and sit up mid challenge Zoom. There were a lot of people on that Zoom. A lot of people are doing the challenge, are posting their squats and their sit-up videos. We're crushing the numbers we did with the planks and push-up. We're having a lot of more people. I'm not speaking French this time. This time I'm speaking English. Thank you, Zoom, for reminding me to change my language. Here we go. So yeah, we had a lot of people before with the planks and push-up, but now with the squats and sit-ups, we're attracting more and more eyeballs on social media. We're being noticed by more and more people with that hashtag. So even if you're not like a professional social media person, take a few minutes to record yourself, post it, even if it's not pretty, just do it. Just do it, and it will bring more and more and more attention to our company, more attention to our challenge, more attention to what we're doing, to the solutions that we're offering to the world with no drugs, no ingredients, no supplements, no side effect. Some people will hear about Super Patch because they saw somebody do squats on Instagram, right? That's going to be someone's story. Like, I want to hear that story soon saying, hey, I didn't know this person. I just randomly saw their squat video on my feed. I thought it was interesting, started following them, sent them a message, and then now I'm like a managing director in this company, right? I want to hear those stories. But for that to happen, you got to do it, you got to record it, you got to post it. So, let me congratulate all of you for a fantastic month of August. August was a phenomenal month. For some of us, it was a very difficult adjusting last few weeks because of the time difference. You know, when you take a plane to go around the world, to go 12-hour difference for 4 days, and then just when you're accustomed to the time difference, you take another plane to come back, that messes you up a little bit. I know some folks are still kind of a little bit banged up with the time difference, but at least we have those beauties to help us get through that, right? And so in the month of August, there's lots of people and there's lots of things that are happening in the month of August. It's the last month really of summer, right? So people are kind of wanting to maximize their last few weekends, their last few hours of barbecuing, of doing this, doing that. They're preparing for Labor Day weekend. Now we passed Labor Day weekend. And with all of that, we had a fantastic month of August. August was bigger in 2025 than 2024 in terms of numbers throughout the company. And now we're September 2nd. It's a brand new month. So whatever happened last month helps us springboard to the month of September, right? And so it's very important to start the month the right way. And so for that, I have my good friend Vince Pingle, Vice President, who's going to give us a few tips and tricks on how to start the month properly. And he's going to introduce a couple of more people afterwards. Vince, take it away.
Eric, I am so excited. Mark McDonald is off the hook. He is, you know what? I want to be like him when I grow up. He's just full of energy. He's got muscles everywhere. He mentioned that I was kind of corralled into being part of the USA team because there wasn't a Canadian team. So he said, come join us for this volleyball tournament. We won. So I guess I'm like an honorary American. I'd like to ask Jay to get paid in American dollars from here on in. But this squats and sit-ups, the planks and push-ups, I've just gotten back into doing activity. Like, listen, I hate the gym. I don't go to the gym, but when I go to the golf course, I'm squatting on every hole that I'm teeing off on and doing push-ups. I feel stronger. I feel more vibrant. I walk the course. I'm turning 56 this year. I've never been in better shape than I have been in now. Along with the patches, boost and victory, peace, focus. My golf game has never been better, and I'm so just privileged to be here. And the thing about privilege, feeling privileged to be somewhere where it's a privilege for you to be part of Super Patch. You don't take it for granted because it's not a right, it's a privilege. And so if you treat this business like a privilege to be part of this, then you're going to do the work in order to be successful. Now, we're at the beginning of the month. August was amazing. Like, you know, we could have been off doing whatever, but we were working. Why? Because September is the month to remember when you want to grow a network marketing business. September, October, November, busiest months of the year. Now, if you're getting started, you're here at the exact right time. You're here at the exact right time. And I'm excited for you. Why? Because here's how you start off the month strong. I never say, okay, you know, people do things very differently, but here's what I do. I take out my list for the first week. I am calling, I am texting, I am reaching out, messaging, whatever, at least 50, 75, 100 people. You know why? Because just reaching out to that many people in the first week, the rest of the month, I'm just trying to catch up and talk to and connect with and be with the people who are interested to talk to me, that I have no more time to reach out to new people. I just love to almost, I don't know, maybe I'm just a little bit of a masochist that way, but I like to overwhelm myself that I can't keep up with messaging people back, sending them information, going to make appointments to balance test, the whole 9 yards. We've been in this business now for 16 months. We've seen so much growth. We've seen so much success because we just focus and listen to the likes of Eric and all the national vice presidents, RVPs, VPs that have trained before me. So I feel like I'm just telling you what I was told when I first started this, when I knew nothing, and teaching you the exact same thing, because this is about duplication. This is about being simple, duplicatable, and just doing the work. What's the work? Exposing this to the most number of people as quickly as you possibly can. So I am going to call on my wife, who's, I'm going to tell you, she's really the backbone of the business because she kind of keeps me focused when I'm out wearing my focus patch. She tells me, don't go there. Don't be golfing. Look, focus, Vince. Come back over here. And she really has honed in on what it takes to launch your new associates correctly when they're excited, helping them understand to reach out to their first 2 or 3 people immediately, giving them access to the resources so they can train themselves and pass those on to their new prospects, and helping them get to senior associate. That's the most important position in this whole comp plan. If you can't do senior associate, well, you won't be able to do anything. So master that and master helping everyone do that. So I'm gonna introduce my favorite person in the world. I married up, like, I like to say 3 levels, but I'm realizing it's like 4 or 5 levels, and she's really made me as good as I am. a good woman is hard to find, so I do my best to keep her happy and do what I can to do my share here because she's amazing. So, Candace, are you there? Can you unmute and share? Candace. She doesn't like being the limelight. You know, she allows me to be there, but you know that wherever I am, she said it's okay for me to be there. So Candace, are you there? Can you unmute? You're now co-host. Eric, do you see her there? Okay. Obviously, Candace is not there,
I
or she
see her.
can't figure it out. You see her? Candace, can you unmute?
I see her on the Zoom. The question is, where's the unmute button? Where is it, Candace? Click it.
Bottom left side, honey. Bottom left side. You can do it. Okay. You know what? While Candace is figuring that out, totally good. I have the absolute privilege of introducing a woman that we've known for, well over a year now. She is a reflexologist by trade. She heals people like physically. Like if you've never been part of you've never had a reflexology treatment, you got to go. It's spectacular. She's really a healer of people, but she is so clear on the value. Oh, I think I'm hearing Candace. Candace, are you there? Okay. I think we lost her. It's okay. It's okay. Let me continue on. So she saw the value of this technology. She started using it on all of her clients. And then she saw Jay and heard his mission and vision of how we can really, help the whole world with all of their stuff, all their ailments. And she knew very clearly that if she wanted to leave a legacy for her family, she would have to build a business. And she's so coachable and teachable. And it's just my pleasure that she is our friend. She's a newly promoted managing director. She never gave up. 15 months later, she is here right now to tell you her story. She wasn't fast, but she never quit because she was disciplined and she was determined. And she is our newest champion of our team. Please help me welcome Nagar. Nagar, are you there?
Hello, hello. Oh my goodness, Vince. Thank you so much for this introduction. I'm learning from the best. Honestly, where I am right now is because of you, Candace, Lena, Colin, all our leaders, Eric, Lori, and of course our CEO. That's the one and only reason all of us are here. And I truly appreciate your Okay, hold on. Select other languages. Your speaking language is not detected. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm not a techie person. And it's such a privilege, like you said, to be in this business, to be with this team, to focus on the well-being of humanity. It is just beyond me. Yes, I'm a turtle, but I'm determined to get there. And for me, the key is to kind of believe in what I'm doing was the right thing, and that was attending the calls, attending the live meetings, attending Jay's meetings in Toronto, in Florida, and sorry, and Montreal as well. It was the key for me to really establish that timing and the purpose of this technology to move forward with the team and with the friends that I know and above all, to have you all as my inspiration and guidance, because I could not have done it without our leaders, our mentors, and it's just been incredible. But my breakthrough came in I think it was January, February, when I had a severe concussion, and I could not go back to work to do reflexology. So I thought, you know what, I kind of contemplated about that, and I thought this was meant to be for me to focus on the super patch, because deep down I wanted to do it, but I did not have the time. I did not want to kind of, neglect my clients, reflexology clients. I did not, you have family, you have different things. But when that happened to me, I knew clearly what God wanted me to do. So I stepped up and I did my first in-home meeting, and you guys were gracious enough to be present, and that was back in March. And I remember having 16 people with all the teams here, and it was a record breaking, and it just, the momentum started building up. And yeah, just the system is there. Honestly, it's the calls, it's the three-way calls, it's empowering yourself every day, even if there are days that we are down, but just listening to the calls, listening to others who are really promoting this and having so much success, and looking around us truly and seeing the world that is so much in need of this technology, and they're crying out loud. They're tired of all these medications. They need some solutions, and we got it, and we have it in our hands. And it is basically promoting, and it's not just selling. People say, well, I can't sell. Well, you're not selling. If you're not sharing, if you're not having effects on people's lives, you can't be selling this. So this is not a sale pitch business. This is more of a, comes in an angle of a real, caring for that individuals, or moving forward with this mission of wellness and total health for those who are, seeking for it. And also, I also remember reading somewhere that was just recent that Jay said, you can't teach a fish to climb a tree. So we have to also be mindful that not everybody is going to be, looking into this business and moving forward with different ranks. So we have to gauge and assess. But the key as well is to keep moving and recruiting and contacting. Not because we contacted 3 or 4 or 5 people, I have to sit down and wait for the response. No, the more the merrier. Just fill up the funnel and something will fall through. You're gonna catch. So I'm really proud, and I'm really, really, truly privileged to be on this team, to be with your leadership here, and to move forward for it. And it's all about the team. I am looking forward to helping the team and for them to help others. And if you only, like you said, we focus on bringing on senior associates and team leaders. That's all we need to do in this business. Help your 2 to create a 2, and your other 2 to make, it's duplication. And it is the key to success. And if you have, down days that you're not, you don't want to do, you wonder why you're doing the business, pick up the phone and call your upline. Like, I called Vince once or twice. I cried on his shoulder. That was earlier on, last year. And you know what? It is the best thing could ever happen. So don't hesitate. Let's move forward. Let's conquer. Back to you, Vince.
Well, Nagar, you know what? That's what we do, is we hold the vision for one another, and really, we're just a little bit of ahead of everyone else. So when they can't see it anymore, all we're doing is just be a beacon of light. It's like, no, keep on going. we're going the right way. Don't stop and die on the side of the hill. We're going in the right direction. So, Nagar, let me ask you, for all those who've been in the business and they're feeling like, I'm not growing, or I'm not I'm not getting to the next position as fast as possible, or I'm not finding the people. What was it that you told yourself to help you stay motivated and keep on going and keep on reaching out to new people and to continue to balance test and continue to share this with the whole world?
You know, I heard Jay saying you have to be hungry to do this. And like I said, after concussion, I thought, man, I am hungry. I really need to do this. So you have to want to do this and not, I have to do this. Okay. When you have that want that I want to do this, I want to help people. And it's not just about, I have to do this because I signed up because of this. No, then it becomes a chore. You got to create your own story. You really have to create your own story and be passionate about it. And the passion and the vision can be brought to you by truly attending the calls, attending the meetings, and listening to our CEOs and our VPs and VPs and everyone else that is really encouraging us. We have everything. It's on the silver platter, but it's just that we need to be convinced that and be passionate about, you know, moving forward with the message.
So what do you do when someone is negative or not believing or almost sometimes attacking with what you're doing as a practitioner, as a person, as a friend, as a new managing director? How do you deal with that?
If they're friends that I've contacted before and they're really not responsive, and I don't give up unless they tell me I'm blocking my number, you're not contacting me anymore. So I've had a few people, well, as you know, a couple of people on our team that are really successful now. They didn't want anything to do with it. And I persisted. It's persistence and it's just, sharing the calls, sharing the testimony. And I call them and say, you know what? Hey, you may not want to hear this, but here's what happened to one of my clients. Here's what happened to me. Here's what happened. Success story. Let me just share this success story with you. I may not be for you. It's okay. I'm not calling you for you to sign up. It's okay. I mean, I got to, there was one of our actually associate that came on that she told me she came to a live meeting and she said, look, I'm not ready now. I'm so busy. But she said, I want you to send me all the phone number, all the information about when the calls are, because I really want to be on every call, even though I'm not signing up. Well, guess what? I just left her. I kept sending her the information. And next thing I know, about 3 weeks ago, she says, I'm ready. I want to sign up. Right. So it's really, sometimes they're not for you and they're not for this business. So we have to understand and we have to gauge it. But the key, but the key is really being persistent if you know somebody who can really be doing well with this.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so finally, Nagar, I think there's a lot of people that might be listening to right now that may be feeling, like maybe a little bit discouraged. What would you tell that person, whether they're on your team or not, that maybe had a little bit of success or maybe not too much? What would you tell them as a inspiration for them to keep on moving forward?
I'd say timing is everything. And I would say don't hang your hat on one or two persons. You may have to go and look for others and be patient with yourself. Okay. Like I hardly did not I didn't do anything, but I wanted to be managing director since last year, since 8 or 9 months ago. But the timing is everything. And to me, as a believer, I know God has that timing. And the inspiration that we just continue to love them, to drip with them on wherever they are, and just move forward with it. Don't give up. Sometimes they just have had a bad day, or sometimes they just had a bad taste from previous businesses. but is to realign them and bring their focus, together.
That's awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Nagar. Congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see you continue to grow. Eric, we love you. Thank you for this opportunity to share with the whole team. Back to you.
Well, congratulations, Nagar. It's lovely to see the success that people are having, and lovely to hear your story. And that question about wanting to do it, right, versus having to do it, and what else are we gonna do? You talked one thing that you said was about writing your own story, and I'm gonna push it a little bit more, a little bit higher level. What kind of world do we all want to see, right? If we could have our effect in this world, would it be a positive effect or a negative effect? Because there's some people that, when they join the party, like they enter the room and you're like, oh no, not that person, right? Right? Oh no, they came, someone invited them, right? There are those types of people that just bring the mood down. We have the ability, the possibility to be the type of person that comes into the party, walks inside the room, and people are like, oh, yes, you're here, right? Bringing positivity around us, bringing solutions that lifts people up and unlocks their true human potential. That's really what we're doing, right? That's what we're doing with Superpash. We're helping people unlock their human potential with a solution that has no drugs, no ingredients, no supplements, no side effects, no electricity, no needles. I was having this conversation a couple of days ago. Someone that said, I'm scared shitless of needles. I'm like, great, we have no needles in our patches. Guess what? You're in luck. We removed the needles from the patches. There are none, So you got to have fun with this, but also realize that, hey, this is life. And life is full of ups and downs, right? When you're set up to that machine that tells you your heart rate and your pulsating heartbeat, right? If there's no lows, that means you're dead, right? If there's no highs, that means you're dead. If it's a flat line, it's no good, right? So life is full of ups and downs. That's just life, right? So what happens when we're up? We cannot rest on our laurels, right? Just like right now, Nagar is super happy. 2 days ago, finished the month at, managing director. But I'm sure in Nagar's team, there are a few people that would like to achieve managing director as well this month. I'm sure, Nagar, this is not the end for you, right? You didn't think, oh, I'm going to hit managing director and stop, right? So when we're on a high, the trick is not to rest on our laurels and not to just go on a vacation. Oh, I've made it. I made managing director. Let's take a 6-month vacation. Never talk about Superpash to anybody. Never do a balance test. Never follow up. Never join a team call. Never invite anybody on. By the way, right now, just because we're doing this call on Tuesday, right now, Steve is doing the corporate presentation. This is what I love about what we're doing. We have a leveraged business. We're leveraging our time. We're leveraging our skills. We're leveraging the best people in our team. We're leveraging. So right now, you might have some prospects on another Zoom that are learning about the Superpatch business opportunity from Steve while we're here having this team call, right? So not resting on our laurels means that we are doing the basics consistently. Even on those low days, so we know what to do, what not to do when we're on our high, don't stop. When we have a low, guess what? Don't stop. It's the same thing, whether it's a high or a low, we don't want to stop. Why? Because we chose to click that button. We chose to become an associate with Superpatch. We chose to help Jay's mission with this drug-free world that he wants to create, but it's going to take 5 generations. We're only 2 years in. Hello, we got a lot of work to do, right? And we are the first generation to take part into that mission. So even on those days where it's like, oh, maybe you know what, I don't feel like it today for some reason. I would rather eat marshmallows and watch Netflix all day. I don't know, right? But again, let's go back to why. Why did we click on that button? What kind of world do we want to see? What kind of person do we want to be? Do we want to be a plus person or a minus person? And do we want to see a world with people with less pain, less stress, less issues, better energy? So with that, I'm going to pass the mic to Amanda Allen, Regional Vice President, who always has an amazing energy, a great smile, brings the energy and the motivation. So Amanda, what would be your top tip for, starting the month? Right now we're at the beginning of September. What would be your top tip for the team?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, first of all, I have a list of things that I want to say on this call. I keep adding the more you guys talk. I'm like, this is important. This is important. This is so you guys are going to get a rainbow. We're going to get a Skittles compilation today. Okay. Vince, first of all, where are you? Did you just disappear? I get on and you disappear. Where'd you
No,
go?
I'm here. Hi, Amanda. Hi.
Okay, you guys, okay, I've been watching Vince for a while now, and I just have to tell you, he has his speaking and the elegance in which his cadence, everything, the way he talks has improved so much. And I remember watching him when he first started, and he was so nervous, you guys. He would even say, like, my heart is pounding, peace patch, like all of the fun jokes. And Vince, I just have to do a huge shout out. You are incredible. Thank you so much for everything you've been doing. I'm changing language to English, so hopefully you can still hear me. You're amazing. And then Nagar, is that how you say your name? Is that okay? Okay, I was so worried I was going to butcher it. Turtles unite. When I first started network marketing, I was a turtle, believe it or not. A lot of people like to say, oh yeah, I hit double quadrupled global diamond in 2 days. Like, that's not real, right? Most people cannot do that. And that was definitely not me. When I first started, I was really in my shell. I used to hide in the back of classrooms. I did not want you to see me. I was very, very good at being invisible. And it's been absolutely incredible. Whenever I hear someone say something negative about network marketing, I'm always like, you're out of your mind. I have grown more in network marketing than I have as a CNA, than I did as a phlebotomist technician working in a cancer center. Then I was doing up to 72-hour shifts as a part-time live-in CNA, okay? I had to be very dynamic. I had to grow very quickly. I had to learn skills very quickly, right? We had state come in, all of those things. None of that grew me like network marketing. So if you want to grow as a person, if you want to grow as a leader, it's going to make you, believe it or not, I'm not a wife, I'm not a mother, but it will make you a better partner. It will make you a better friend if you let it. Because network marketing is really cool in that it's going to show you areas that you need to grow. And guess what? That's okay. It's nothing wrong. It's nothing bad. It just shows you areas that you can grow. And it's incredible to see over time what happens to the people that they're like, no, I need to lean in, right? I get to do this. I get to help people. I get to bless them. Like even the other day, you know what? I didn't want to sit around and eat mallows all day, but there were a couple other things I wanted to do. And I was like, you know what? It's the first. For them, I need to set them up for success. And I reminded myself again, I know I would probably have some leaders, don't talk about this, but this is the reality, right? We are all human beings. And we've been learning from John Maxwell to talk about, maybe some of the things that we've grown through, right? And that was a big thing for me. was recognizing, on the days like the flatlining thing was funny. If you don't have down days, you're dead. I will remember that till the day I die now. But just remembering on those days, honestly, I kind of have it down to a science. That's a test. So I'm going to issue a dare. The next time you don't want to message someone, I dare you to message them immediately. The next time you don't want to do that post, I dare you to do that post immediately, to do the balance test immediately. You have to train that hesitation out of you. And I'm telling you, as someone who has done it, you can train it out of you. It's like anything else. I was just at the lake with my sister and her boyfriend. My sister is an 8-time world champion Irish dancer. Her boyfriend is a 2-time world champion in Taekwondo, okay? And we were talking about the mindset and overcoming and injuries and all of these things. And we just kind of relate to the world a little bit differently. That's just kind of how I grew up. And it's incredible to see people like Nagar, she just grew into that. And now it's the coolest blessing to go back and to help that next person, right? Managing director, 2 team leaders. You have 2 team leaders, you need to get to MD, right? And you do that by helping people just hit senior associate. You can't go team leader before you go associate, right? I couldn't hit RVP before I hit VP, right? You just can't. And you do that by helping them hit their goals. So a lot of that is just leading by example. Truly, it's just showing up. What's working for us is we're doing a lot of pop-ups. We have a really cool banner. It says the future of wellness. We have another one. It has the peace patch and it has the little Zen lady in the middle. And we just put it up and we talk about free balance tests. We go into spas. We're in medical buildings. People just come in, they get their balance test. We record them on their lunch break. It's not a big deal. They get sent their balance test, right? And then they can post it. They try the patches. They come in. They're ready to go right away. And all they remembered was not that we threw the book of super patch at them. All they remembered was, oh, they just did the balance test. And that's it. You don't have to know everything. So that's going to be my last tip. If you guys feel like you're stalling, maybe pull back on trying to overconsume content and feeling like you have to know it all. Keeping it simple and focusing on the balance test is honestly where it's at. So you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Amanda. And I told you guys, right? Always bringing that smile, that positivity, that energy. And you triggered something here, challenging yourself to just, do it right away, right? That's my favorite thing to say is, what time is it? It's now o'clock, right? Whatever you're thinking about, do it now. You're thinking about this person, text them now, do this now. Oh, you're thinking about, maybe I should post something about this. Great. Take the time to post it right now, because if you leave it for later, you're going to forget about it. And then that little voice is going to come in and say, and give you all the reasons why you should do it much later, like way later. Like now is absolutely not the right time, right? That little voice, the best way to shut that little voice down is to just do it before it kicks in, right? And so that triggered something in me where I'm going to throw out this challenge to all of you. Right? Wherever you're at right now, whether you just came in 25 seconds ago, like while we were on this call, you signed up and you just connected for some reason because you knew we have this call. If you did, congratulations, welcome to the team. Remember, this call is every Monday, not Tuesday, every Monday at 7:30 p.m., okay? Whether you signed up last week, whether you signed up last month, whether you signed up a year ago, 2 years ago, no matter where you're at in your super patch journey, my challenge is this. I challenge you to do the balance test to 100 different people and not get to another rank. That's my challenge to you, right? It's literally impossible to do 100 balance tests, like tracked, right? This day on this person at this time, I did the balance test. That's 1. And then 2, 3, do 100 of those and not rank up to a new level. It's impossible. So we are now September 2nd. Some of you will take this challenge very, very seriously. I know, because I can already see it in your eyes. Some of you are already writing it down. And you're like, by the end of this week, I'm going to do 100 balance tests, right? I know some of you are absolutely machines at doing balance tests. The second thing I'm going to strongly recommend, strongly suggest, and this is something I have to get better at as well, is to not only do the balance tests, but record the balance test and then post, obviously with the person's consent. You don't want to post someone's balance test if they don't want their balance test to go viral on TikTok, right? Because we never know, on TikTok anything can go viral, right? So do those 100 balance tests, record them, ask the person, hey, is it okay if I post it on my social media, on Facebook or whatever? Post it. Just like we're posting our squats, just like we're posting our sit-ups, just like we posted our push-ups and our planks. This is generating more and more interest and intrigue on social media. And the number of people that will see you doing the actions constantly. And I love what Nagar said, that some people, she had to follow up more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times before they decided to jump in. Those pieces of content we post on social media helps us do the follow-up, right? I talked about leverage earlier. We have a leverage business. Leveraging the social media will help you in your follow-ups. Because some people that you reach out to initially are like, okay, very interesting. And in the back of their minds, they're thinking, how long is this going to last? Like, really, how long are they going to do this thing for? A week, a month, 3 months tops, and then I'm never going to hear about this ever again. And then guess what? You prove them wrong, because you're doing 100 balance tests and you keep posting them over and over and over, and you keep posting results after results after results, and you keep posting about stories after stories after stories, and you keep posting about the trip you went to Cancun and the trip you went to the Singapore. And then it's been 6 months and you're still doing it. Now they wonder, wait a second, maybe I dismissed this too early, too easily. Maybe I should scratch the surface a little bit more. Maybe I should look at this a little bit deeper, because you're consistent in your action. Because a lot of people nowadays have a very low tolerance for patience, low tolerance for information that they need to spend time to understand. If they think they need more than 3 seconds to understand, next, right? But because of the consistency, they will be forced to say, well, now I need to take the 3 seconds. I need to call Jen back. I need to call Andre back. I need to call Heather back. I need to call Amanda back, because I keep seeing their posts. They're doing it. They're doing it. They're having success, right? And the best thing is for all of us to leverage each other into liking, into commenting on our social media posts, because it brings more and more weight to what we're posting online. Does that make sense with everybody? So, right, Vince, I'm going to let you introduce your lovely wife again real quick, because I see her on screen, so I'm guessing her internet is better now.
Yes, thank you, Eric. And you know what? Here's what I love about this. You know, everyone kind of knows me, but she really is the backbone. Because what's the backbone of this? Helping people understand what they need to do to get to senior associate. And so Candace is the expert in getting everyone up to speed, giving them the resources, and launching them the right way. So Candace, if you can unmute yourself and share, that would be amazing.
Can you hear me? Hi, everybody. I apologize. What Vince didn't tell you was we don't have Wi-Fi in our house. So we've been trying to hotspot, we've been trying to do it all here. And so thank you. I know this call is coming to an end, and thanks for all the amazing tips. What am I sharing? Okay, I'll leave you with this. Here's what I think, or what we've been doing on our team, is the most important thing in terms of opening the month. And when it comes to launching, what I like to do is I really like to sit with the person at first. You know, you just kind of eyeball them, get a sense of who they are, and then you have a sense at the end, like if you can work with them or not, or how much time you get to spend with them. And what we want to do is obviously make it duplicatable. If anyone was part of, I hope everyone was part of Eric's training, all the things that he said around giving them the videos, giving them the tools. But what we want to end, what we want to leave with after this launch is an action plan. So what does that look like? It looks like booking a home meeting, exactly what Nagar did. We say, okay, you just launched your global business. Now, who do you know? We even provide a little bit of scripts, and we say, you know what, make it your own. Here's a little guideline. We give them the 8 tips, the 8 market advantages. We give them that. We also give them little edification scripts that they could use. Like if they want to edify Vince for a 3-way call, we give them something to say. Actually, Nagar, she's one of the people that are on our edification scripts. So if we want to talk to a reflexologist, or if you want to match the goals or match the energy, and it's a massage therapist, for instance, we always put them on with Nagar. And we want to leave them with all the tools. We give them Jay's videos. We encourage them to get started right away. And we don't want to leave the call without booking a live meeting. And some people say, well, I don't want people to come to my home. We're like, that's totally fine. We've done them in cafes. We've done them in libraries. And I guess they're similar to Amanda's pop-ups. But we have them invite to those. And that's really how that person gets started. And they can do it as many times as they want. And that was, I have to agree with Nagar, that was one of the things that was very pivotal for her, was her choosing to say, regardless of how long I've been in this business, I want to be relaunched, and I want to do this again, and I want to do a home meeting. And that's exactly what she did with the scripts, with the edification, with the 3-way calls. And she had 16 people in her home, and we just duplicated that over and over again. So the magic is really duplication, and you want people to leave knowing that they can do it as well. We have a document, and it's actually yours. You can use it for everyone. It doesn't have to be me. You do it for your teams, and just watch your business grow in that duplication. Thank you, Eric, for that, for the time. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you on the call. Thank you.
Thank you, Candice, for your great wisdom. It's all about duplication, 100%. And you know, there's the trip that is going to be announced very soon, right? That you will be able to qualify for. And there's 2 ways to qualify for trips. There's you doing all the work, or there's you helping a bunch of people and collectively qualifying for the trip. And I was having this conversation just last week with someone that's in another company, completely other company. We are in contact with each other, and we're just, you know, ping-ponging every year for probably 8 years now. We stay in touch, and we have a general conversation about stuff. And they were telling me about their new incentive trip and their cruise and blah, blah, blah. And first thing I said was, uh-oh, I'm scared of cruises because they're big boats. And the only big boat story I know ended up not ending great, right? But they were telling me, oh, this is what I need to qualify, and it's gonna be a lot of work. And then we broke it down. And mind you, this person is not even in our company, right? And I broke it down. This is the amount of whatever their equivalent of team leader is for you to qualify for the trip. And all of a sudden that became more of a simple way to qualify. So whatever goals we all have collectively, we simply need to help enough people reach their goals, reach their pain-free existence, reach their existence with less stress, with more energy, with $100 more a month in their pocket, with $500 more a month in their pocket. And let's be real for a second. In 2025, September 2nd, 2025, there's a lot of people out there that are looking for extra money, right? I was having this conversation again, very few days ago, or maybe it was on a call. I'm having so many conversations, I forget if it's on a Zoom or a team call or whatever. But I said, everybody can use more money. Do we agree? Please write in the chat, write the number 5. Oh yeah, I think I did this on a chat. Yes, because I did. I said, write on the chat number 5 if you agree that everyone can use more money, however big or small. Even if somebody makes $10 million a year, if suddenly in 2025 they make 11 million, they will know what to do with that extra million, right? Now we're talking millions, but it could be tens of thousands. It could be thousands. It could be hundreds, right? If someone has an extra $100 by the end of this week, they'll find a way to spend it, right? It might be a nicer restaurant. It might be some school supplies, because guess what, folks? Yes, school is getting, we're back to school now, right? It's school supply time. So we have that vehicle in our hands where we're able to help people where they're at right now, unlock their human potential and unlock their bank account, right? We're able to bring it up a notch, bring it up a few hundreds, a few thousands, a few tens of thousands by the end of this year. So let's take action. Let's take this seriously, because like I said, it's back to school, back to reality. Summer's over. September is the kickoff, like Vince said, for the best months in the year for network marketing. And for health and wellness, which, you know, we kind of touch a lot of the health and wellness groups. In the gym world, there's New Year's, the New Year's resolution. People are like, oh, this year I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to sign up to the gym. That's their big moment. Their second biggest moment is in September. Back to school, back to reality after the summer. So a lot of folks are sort of resetting their health and wellness goals. So they're going to look for some support. They're going to look for some solution. They're going to Google some solution to burn more calories, right? They're going to Google some solution to sleep better, get more energy. You need to be in their inbox. You need to be with them on the phone so that they know that this solution exists and you can help them with no drugs, no ingredients, no supplements. And you can, oh, by the way, I can get you in touch with this person. They know way better than me, you know? They could advise you on what patch. They could also help you get them for free. They can also help you make a few extra bucks, you know? So you need to meet Vince. You absolutely need to talk to Amanda. You have to talk to, and then just pass the phone and press the mute button. That's it. So with that, let's take the challenge for 100 balance test. Let's stay on track for the squats and sit-ups. For all of you French folks, I'll see you in a few seconds. Well, actually, I'm just going to stop the recording right now.